Why is coronavirus spreading in America so quickly? To tell you the truths, there are a lot of dummies here. Asian countries have experience of SARS, H1N1, MERS outbreak before. The viruses didn't spread fast like this one, but they were more deadly. They learned the lessons and most countries did preparation since then. And some of countries, their schools teach the children from young how to wear a mask and how to wash their hands at school. I think they seem to educate their children and public. So, when they heard the new virus, even Hong Kong protesters vanished on the street and quickly stayed at home. They didn't even gather anymore. If they don't have prior knowledge, nobody can educate angry protesters at that time and things would get worse. Here in US, people worship democracy, personal freedom, prefer not influence of central government, Fed, or any sort of government. The people are loosely controlled and politicians are always politicizing everything. On contrary, even Asian countries, the government's control is much more strong and grip even though some declare they are democracy countries. Culturally, they are a lot more obedient and closed each others than people who grow up in the West. Even things became modern, parents and children relationship, elder to younger person influence and control etc. are still there. They act as a group more than individualism. In the case of virus, the virus thrived in democracy, enjoy freedom of movement. It's happy to transmit from one person to another. Lack of border boundaries, advanced and convenience travel system, mass public transportation system like subways and tubes help virus to travel well and enjoy the ride. Nightclubs, bars, theater and concerts, the virus likes social life a lot. The virus is religious too. It attends churches and mosques and spread further. The virus is also politicized enthusiast, although I am not sure whether it prefers Republican or Democrats. Looks like both. The Asians also like all of the above, but they know when to stop and sacrifice for the time being for their sake, for their families and for others. I guess they have more strong national identity. They are living as a group for so long and country's history can trace back to thousands. Westerners' nationalism is like ... They go to the game and shout together or attending after game party. They look at the flag at Independence Day and cry together. But, if you go and ask, will you stay home for 2 weeks for the sake of your beloved country? I doubt they will understand. The public awareness of infectious disease is low. Some think it's government job to sort it out somehow instead of owning up the problem. Of course, there's Bill Gates, like many wise men and women exist too. Many ordinary Americans probably have zero knowledge of virus. Well. I don't have much knowledge of virus either, but at least I read a bit and do the minimum learning how it acts, why, when etc. We can't dictate everything in our own way. We need to learn the nature and try to adapt or find a workaround way. Whenever they greet, they hug and kiss each other. Even with strangers, there are handshakes and cheek kisses. The virus is very polite, well-mannered and lovely. Western environment and society is heaven for virus. I know this society can't be controlled, plus full of dummies and less awareness of social responsibility. There are many people who followed or extremely followed procedure. But, half work is never work. Like a ship, even you mend most of the holes and leave a few, the water will come and sink the whole ship later. Half of the citizens follow the rules and the other half don't, will never work. The virus will be circulating and eventually everyone will get it. The only thing is they are trying to flatten THS curve. So, hospital can't be collapsed and extremely overwhelmed. In China and Asian countries, they shut their border quite early, they pay attention and locked down themselves. Taiwan asked 2 questions quickly when they heard new virus. Can the virus transmit human to human? How does it transmit? Even they didn't get clear answer from WHO or China, they decided to do temperature screening at airports. Then, they went to China and learned, and the Chinese didn't allow them to walk around affected area, Wuhan. They were alerted by themselves and started precautions. After all, Chinese neighbors know how to avoid THS bullets from China and prevented from themselves. So, due to their control and precautions, the rate of the spread of virus and the rate of death is under controlled and quite low. The US and the West took that data, which is highly under controlled environment, and they didn't prepare enough for themselves and keep socializing. The Asian countries didn't warn enough them though. Because, they are superpower and developed and rich countries. But, found out management and preparedness is low. Luckily, they have enough money to cushion their mistake for the time being. But, it cost a lot and their economy can be crashed. The little virus can cause serious problem to economy too. It's a tough choice, health versus economy. How many do you want to save lives versus how much do you want to save your economy? It's not the government false also. They cannot shut down all travelers, all businesses and send everyone out of business. It's a tough choice and not brave enough to make a bold move. Eventually, they have to follow the way, locked down. Late decision caused them high number of infectious people and high death rate.